All right, guys. Well, so this is probably just going to be my last session as far as driving a stick, and just basically just sharing my experience with learning. Anyone can do it. I was about 500 miles in. I was really determined to learn. But yeah, anyone can do it. And I just wanted to share basically things that I've learned if you're just starting to get into it. There's plenty of videos that I watched on YouTube that help. Conquer Driving was one of them. That was really the main one. It was just really helpful. And then just watching other videos too and kind of see what's common. But if I were to just, try to explain it for me, from my perspective, it's really just focus to learn to drive slow. Learning that control, the slow moving, which is a lot of clutch and gas together. They kind of rub each other a little bit. But once you start rolling, try not to use the clutch as much. You only use it when you're shifting or downshifting, and then when you're moving really slow, just at low speeds. But you should not ride the clutch, which is longer than like minutes, as far as clutch and gassing at the same time. This should only happen, I guess during traffic is when I can see it. So I've never been stuck in traffic at all with this yet, so but I'm pretty comfortable. Luckily haven't stalled out yet, came close. Working on reversing, that's another thing, because not only are you when you're reversing with automatic, you don't have to worry about controlling the gas and clutch. So doing that, it gets some used to. But it's it's been an awesome experience, and learning on this car has been even better, because this is the perfect car to learn on. It's low horsepower, easy to maintain, and Honda just makes such a great driving experience, and it's so cheap. And I hate saying cheap, because these cars, even though they're low cost, they add a lot of value. And there should be added value that comes. Just because a car's cheap doesn't always mean that it's always bad. Sometimes you just get really good value with cars, and that's another reason why I like the Corolla hatchback so much. Everybody wants, turbo this, turbo that, or But I think it's perfect the way it is. You add all that stuff on, cost goes up, and I think what you get, it's really about getting the bang for your buck. And Japanese cars, they do that because you can work it on yourself. They're engineered so that you can work on it yourself. And you can just maintain it. Anyways, side note, sorry to get away. But yeah, so learning to drive. Yeah, so I haven't, when it comes to downshifting, I don't rev match like people talk about doing. I still don't do that. You gotta, once you drive your car is different. So you kind of know what gear to be in, for proper acceleration. So the general rule of thumb that they always say is every 10 miles an hour you're going up a gear. So so for me, I just shift at every 3 for this car specifically. Every time I get 3, I just shift next gear. But you got to get familiar with the car. Every car has a different clutch feel, and different engagement points. But basically it's very simple. Get used to just practice a lot of the stop and start, and then especially if you can get hill practice. If you can get those knocked down, everything else is a breeze, I promise. But other than that, this is, I have lost session counts because now I've just gotten, comfortable just driving anywhere with it. So we'll see how long the car lasts. Who knows what's going to happen with this? I might sell it, or might just, keep it and, make it a little fun. Just hold on to it till it dies, really, until I'm ready for whatever next car I can get. I'm gonna show, this video clip is just to show my recent session, just mixed driving everywhere, driving on a highway, taking turns, taking exits, and just practicing all that. And then, and it's really just fine tuning from there, just repetition, making myself do, force yourself to stop as much as possible, stop and go as much as possible when you're learning. But yeah, other than that, here's the video. Well, guys, here we are. So this is just going to be like a progress update. So I've been learning stick for about 700 miles now, and I would say at this point I'm pretty comfortable driving. So now the issue is like, you know, can I reach like the clutch pedal and fully compress it and drive? You know, I mean, obviously like I'm a thick boy, a lot of girth here, so it's really what can I, you know, fit in and you know, actually drive and control. But as far as getting the basic concepts, I can get a car moving, hopefully, and I can get to a destination if needed. So yeah, that's exciting. So anyways, if I can do it, anybody can, because like I said, I'm not definitely not one of the smartest people of the bunch, but I'm just gonna go for a little drive, go out on some highways, just take a little cruise. Still learning how to, the whole brake and clutch thing, still kind of getting used to that, but all right, so we're just gonna, usually I go around the neighborhood, but this time I'm gonna go out on the highway, just kind of like driving my, like, you know, my normal route. And just, you know, see how I do there. Really, once you get rolling, it's just like everyone says, it gets simple once you get rolling. It's just, the challenge is, you know, controlling the car during low speeds. And yeah, if you can do that, you know, stop and go, and then reversing, obviously, definitely reverse when you can. Yeah, and that's, you can master stop and go, reverse, you can drive a stick. Thing, like, you don't really know until you actually like drive it. You know, naturally when you put the car in neutral, it's the stick naturally wants to get into the middle position. So once it's kind of like in that position, it helps you realize, okay, you're in your third to fourth line, you know, and then you move over and up in one, you're 1 to 2, and then obviously over to the right and up, you know, you're at your 5-speed marker. So learning that helped me a lot, especially when downshifting, to make sure I don't miss shift. Like, I mean, you definitely always want to go slow, even if you're going fast. It's worth taking the extra couple seconds just to make sure you let it naturally fall into a middle spot and to go back to go into fourth. I mean, that's what I do right now because I'm still learning. But now the merging. Oh, come on, Fit. You can do it. Dying, I can get you to the hospital, and then the only choice was stick. Or if you're post. I do that little neutral. Check for any cars. Keep her first. Get ready. Coast is clear and go. Still trying to find like what the best method to do is, like brake clutch first or downshift, and then brake. So I was trying to find what works best in that situation. Stop sign here. Let's go, guys. Don't do it. Yeah, so I force myself to stop as much as possible just to get used to stopping and going, slow speeds, and then just learning how to downshift, to slow down, knowing what gears, to go into what speed to drop you into the proper, into the proper gear for that speed, if I'm going 60 miles an hour, fifth gear, I'm at about 3,000 RPMs. If I drop down to fourth, I'll drop down to about 35, 4,000, and then going into third at 60, so your wheel speed is, which I didn't know and I didn't understand, your wheel speed really does determine what gear you should be in, or the engine speed, the RPM, the wheel speed, so the wheel speed, depending how fast the wheels are going, making sure you're putting in the right gear, so it properly catches. That was the thing that I never really understood, but now it makes sense, and then also, when you're in a gear, you don't want the RPM to drop below a certain, I'm not sure what mine, I haven't tested it out yet before it dies, but, like if you're in third gear, you don't want it to get below like 1,000, maybe if it's even 500, I'm not 100% positive. Don't do it, Nissan. Another thing I worry about too, because this car is pretty small, so if like a big vehicle is in front of me turning and someone's trying to come out at a stop sign, make a left, right, they can't see me, so I just get ready. You never know when you're gonna have to brake hard, but honestly, if they hit you and you're already in front of them, I mean, there's not much you can do at that point, but yeah, it's just tough. It's tough being a big little car guy. Sick boy! Stopping in my Air Force bombs. Got a green light, sweet. It's good. Now it's red. Of course. As soon as I say it, man. As soon as I say it. But yeah, if you're at a stop and it's on a level surface, you can just hold in the clutch and sit and get ready to go. But if you're on a hill, you'll have to hold on your brake or do the e-brake method so you don't have to brake. So yeah, that's it. So driving a manual took about a month, or 500 miles, 600 miles ish of driving. And then, like I said, forcing yourself to stop as much as possible, stop and go, learn to reverse if you can, and then know your car's, like gears, where the sweet spots are for when you need to, downshift for, optimum acceleration. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, Wada was definitely Hispanic, for sure. I'm gonna turn it down, Alright, so I usually cruise these back roads. So I'm probably gonna take the exit I normally take on overpass. For my house, there's a hill there at the overpass, so that's where I get my practice on. Luckily, I have not rolled in the back of anybody. I've had people ride up on my ass. Even though I do have a decal that says warning, manual transmission may roll backwards. People still get right on your ass. People don't read, dude. They really don't. I mean, I'm probably one of them too, so I try to communicate when you can. This is a great car to learn. Like I said, I'm a thick boy. Like I said, once again, if I could get in this car, anybody can get in this thing and learn, and just have a blast. And like I said, just kudos to Honda for just making such an easy car to drive, man. It's very forgiving. Like, who knows how many times I've messed up in this thing, and it just keeps running and going. And who knows, I might eat my words. The car might just break down after saying this, but it's been awesome. About maybe got 192,000 miles right now, and I got it at 191. So yeah, it's crazy. Even just a Honda, and plus whoever had this before. I mean, I don't know if they replaced the clutch recently at all, or any of that. So I've been kind of expecting that to possibly go soon, but luckily it's been fine. Crossed, but I'm preparing for it, so it goes. Two methods you can do that obviously that I went through, watching videos. You can do the e-brake method if you want. Oh, nice, we're already rolling. And then, just hold the e-brake up while you're holding the clutch and your gas at the engagement point. And then once you feel it catch, go ahead and lower the e-brake and let it go, easy, and that will make sure you don't. That will guarantee that you don't, coast back at all, so you can hold that position while you find your catch point on your clutch and gas. But yeah, yo man. So I got lucky in that one. There was no stop at that light; it just kept rolling, so I was able to just, go down into second gear, let it catch, brake, go into the turn, make sure the RPM didn't drop below 1. Good. Oh yeah, hello. It's fucking cool Lexus on my butt. Nice job, dude. Nice job, Recaro. Good job, Recaro. hope you guys enjoyed that video. That's, like I said, one of many more sessions. You know, life is a set of just life lessons anyways. But yeah, just keep practicing. I'll keep practicing, and you know, you're never gonna reach you know, a max of anything. It's always just experience. You know, how often do you do it, you know, how comfortable you get, and you know, speed and smoothness comes with experience. The more you do it, the more confident you are, the faster you'll be. The speed comes naturally once you're comfortable. Yeah, and that's it. And when shifting gears, you know, when you're clutching in, make sure you take the extra time, you know, get familiar where the gears are, and just make sure you're going in the right gear. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's pretty basic, pretty simple, and I will say it just makes me happy to say that I can drive stick comfortably now as long as I can reach it. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks again for joining my manual learning sessions. Personally developing always. But yeah, catch you guys on the next video, and Project Fit. We'll see what is next to come. We'll see. Cha 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 cha. Yeah. Oh, hello. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know what